Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another day of Be Agile Scrum. This is day 3 of Agile and Scrum. And we have started this track with Agile Scrum. Having said so, let me ask you this question that anyone here joining for the first time, is it day 1 for you? Anyone? Okay. So silence means no. So let me get started. Thank you so much for joining in on time. And because you have joined in time, I generally ask one question, and that is, for what reason have you joined? Do you remember that?
To get placed.
Yes, that's the reason. Your focus has to be towards getting placed, and that's the reason you need to continue to attend RRP session as well. However, and this is the 8 weeks of session. 8 weeks means almost 2 months, and there are chances that if you will keep your momentum on going, you know, you will get placed within the timeline. And the moment you will find a day when your momentum goes down, you may not do justice, and you may fall prey to doing making some delays and giving some excuses for not keeping up to the speed. And for that very reason, we have something from the day of this Be Agile track inception, created what we call it as code of honor. What we call it as?
Code of honor.
Code of honor.
Code of honor is nothing but is a guideline, is a discipline that we have to follow wherever we are, in whatever time zone we are, and in whatever situation we are. Code of honor, it means this is the um, this is the kind of a code which cannot be destroyed, which cannot be broken ever until you exist. Okay, so let's follow this code of honor for this track until you get placed at least. So I'm going to share my screen, and please confirm if you can see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, you all can see.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for your confirmation, everyone. Okay, so let's see what is that. So let's get started with the first one. Okay, and while I'm going to get started, is this now time when anyone here for the first time who has joined for the very first time, you can unmute yourself and you can say, yes, it's me. If not, we'll continue. Okay, so I'll take the silence as a no one, no new.
Yes, I have joined first time for today. My name is Neeru.
Okay, hi Neeru, welcome to Be Agile Scrum Track. So before we get started, what I want you to introduce all of us, your name, from where you're connecting, and what is your educational background? Do you have any prior working experience? So could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm based out of Calgary in Canada, and I am bachelor's in commerce. I don't have any prior work experience in Canada, but in India, I used to work in customer service, in banking, and also in airlines.
Okay, and your educational background, Neeru?
Yeah, I'm a bachelor's in commerce.
Commerce. Okay, thank you so much. Everyone, please type in the chat window. Welcome, Neeru. Thank you so much, Neeru, for joining in. This is going to be day 3. I was just now telling that you are here for the purpose of getting placed, and for that very reason we all need to follow some certain ground rules, and those ground rules are creating the context of this Be Agile Scrum track that I'm going to share. These rules are something which we need to follow until we get placed, and in fact few of them we need to follow even after we are placed. The very first one says that we need to show up live. Means what? We need to be on time, remain punctual, and highly committed. Why? Because Agile is full of ceremonies. Ceremonies are means what? Ceremonies means what, everyone?
Meetings.
Meetings. As continuous meetings, various types of meeting, they demand these traits, and we can practice these traits by considering these training as projects in itself. Okay, and once you will practice it here, you will start owning it here. And Also, it is said that one universal law, how you do anything is how you do everything. That one of my mentors says that, and you do it and you will own it. The second code of honor says that because you are starting this journey by learning this track, right? And when you learn, you become what? You become student, right? Do you agree? When you start learning, a
Yes.
student is learning. But this track
Yes.
demands you not to be the student, you need to be what? Full stack
Full
student.
stack student.
That's right. So full stack student means what? You will do all the assignment. You will do self-research apart from the track, and also repeat whatever you have learned. Okay. Why? Because that will start making you an expert. So even if you are expert or you don't, this trait will make you the expert, being the full stack student. Okay. What kind of assignments? Assignments you have been doing really fabulously. I'm liking it. You are just summarizing whatever you are learning within a less than 60 seconds. That's amazing. And posting in our WhatsApp group. And that shows that really what level of, concentration you are putting in, the interest you are bringing in, and the way you are learning them. So those are the always unsaid assignment that you have to bring. Some are said assignments that we are going to tell you on a very specific dates that is yet to come, that you will have to do something. And those things generally starts when we transition towards business analysis track. So this is a combination of two tracks, Agile Scrum and business analysis. And that's the reason its name is Be Agile Scrum. The third one is taking the full responsibility of your success as well as your failure. Okay. So it is quite easy to, feel proud and talk about that because you have done so, you are heading towards the success. But you need to realize, and you need to also take the ownership of what you have not done so, because you have hit the failure. And the moment you take the ownership and take the full responsibility of failure, there are chances you may correct that. And the moment you will correct that, you will realize that failure is not just a failure, it has become the trail for the success. And that's the very reason everyone is requested to take the full responsibility, not just half for the success, but also for the failure, because then you may realize that what you have not done. All right. And the fourth one says that to do so, it requires really a good mindset, and agility is encircled with mindset, intent, and soft skill. So you need to inculcate the learning mindset, ongoing learning mindset. And to do so, you must have a positive minded person. And the more positive minded you will become, more complaint free you will find yourself. And complaint freeness will make you more committed towards the delivery in the agile mode. And more complaint free you will find yourself, you will be loaded with more gratitude, will make you more happy. And happiness is today's productivity, and that is the demand of agility. Okay. And the fifth one is to do so, you require to increase your receptivity. And when I say receptivity, it means that generally I recommend you to follow this 30 days of challenge. And this is an audio track that you can listen every single day for 30 days, and you can see its positive impact in every area and each activities of your life in a very different manner. And for that, you can just DM me or send me message after the session asking for the link of this 30 days challenge. I'll share this audio link with you, and that you can put in during your walking, jogging, or running. And this is a 40 minutes long video. Put it in 2x mode so that you can finish it just in 20 minutes. Okay. And save your 20 minutes while you exercising and see its impact on your daily activities. And the second one, because we are getting into deep learning, what we need to follow? We need to follow golden quadrant of learning.
Learning.
Yes. So golden quadrant of learning means what? Before you take a deep dive into deep learning, you must declare with anchor. Okay, what you need to declare, I'm going to tell you. And then take a deep dive into learning. And once you have learned the topic, then within 24 hours after you have learned the topic, draw this on a piece of paper. Okay, by recalling whatever you have learned. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, not during the session. And once you have recalled this within 24 hours on a piece of paper, now as a fourth step, what you are going to do? You are going to summarize it in a way that even 5 years old can understand. Okay, 5 years old can understand, and you summarize in less than 60 seconds. Okay, so where you need to share and why you need to do so? Any idea why we are doing so? Why do we do that? This golden quadrant of learning. Any guesses, everyone? Come on. We are just not doing this for the sake of doing.
Because there are recruiters in the group as well, and they see our video, and we might get hired.
Not only that, see, it has got a personal benefit for you.
Yeah.
Tell me who is trying
to gain
confidence for the interview.
Yes, that all is good.
Remember
However,
things. To remember
exactly, Jaya. That's right. So that you will retain in memory for very, very long. Okay, and that's when it is engineered in this way. You just follow this process and you will be surprised to see you are remembering it for longer, provided you follow the exact step. Declare with anchor, then learn. And then draw within 24 hours after session is done on a piece of paper, and then summarize, flaunting that notes that you have taken on a piece of paper that, hey, I have learned this, that I'm explaining you within 60 seconds or 90 seconds. You will gain confidence. That is the bonus. You will be noticed in front of, recruiters. That will be the bonus. But the core part is that you will retain in your memory mostly for lifelong. But if you can do this, the same activity thrice for same topic thrice, you will become master in it. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So ready for declaration with anchor? Yes.
Yes.
So what is the anchor? Anchor is nothing but it will hold your focus strong in your body. Okay, it will not let you wander here and there. And the anchor is nothing but is a body movement, and body movement is nothing over here but it's going to be self high five or a clap. Okay, so at the count of 3, you are going to clap and repeat after me what is selected on your screen in blue. Can you all see that, the selected statement? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's start at the count of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and clap and say, I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
What others can learn and
What
master,
others can learn.
Others can learn and master.
I too can do
I
that.
too can.
I too can do that.
One more time. Okay. One more time.
I'm a quick learner. What
Just
others
a
can
second.
learn.
One more time after me. So what you are going to do one more time. One more time, clap. 1, 2, 3, and clap. And repeat after me. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an awesome learner.
today's learning is going to be
Today's
Learning
is going to be
super duper easy to me.
Easy to me.
Exactly, it is going to be super duper easy to you. And remember, those at the end of the sessions are going to tell me that I could not understand this topic. Remember, that is the time I'm not going to help you, because those who have not done will be only the person who may not understand some topic. Okay, because you have not declared. And if you have declared, this is really going to be super duper easy to you. You are going to witness. And 6 is be the giver. Keep your ego away on the path of learning. Why you need to keep your ego away? Because you are learning the subject. For some of you, it may sound repetitive. You are coming with 5 years of experience, 16 years of experience, 26 of years of experience. Something may sound that why you are teaching this? Okay, because I'm knowing, you are knowing, but it is chances that these not everyone is knowing. And that's the reason you need to learn it. And more you will keep your ego away, there are chances you may learn in a new way. And especially when it comes to agile's work is to make you more adaptable, not the flexible, because you have learned something in a different manner earlier. It may not sound that exactly the same thing will be repeated in a new industry where you get placed, because their culture may sound different. That's the reason, open your mind and learn in a deeper manner so that you can improve and implement it in a very new way with the changing organization. And also have an intention of doing the charity, because when you start learning, why you need to learn? You need to learn to earn. And when you are earning, will you earn just for the survival? No, just to grow your income very, very well. And it is said that what you give away comes back in multifold. So what do you need to give away? Can you do a charity of 5% or 10% of your income in the causes wherever you believe in? That could be donating to old age home, or to orphanage, or to any needy person, or to temple, churches, or mosque, or wherever is possible, who use money for society's improvement. So if you can give away 5 or 10% of your income, what you give, that let you grow. But when you receive, you just survive. And I'm sure you are not here for survival, but for the growth. So start growing, and just don't give away for the sake of growth, but also to inspire others. Your inspired action will be the impact in your own life as well as in your connections. So having said so, while you're doing so, appreciate what you do, what your others are doing for you. And even something may sound that it is not in your favor, continue to appreciate that, because what you appreciate appreciates you back. Having said so, let me quickly tell you that when we are going to meet on Sunday, Monday, and on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. EST for the technical sessions, all these 3 days. Additionally, you don't have to miss any RRP session, that is the reference ready resume preparation, because you don't have to wait for the track to get over. If you start feeling confident that you can do it by your own, I would recommend you to also refer the past classes and pace up your pace up your recruitment with the help of your HR and RRP team, and start getting placed. But remember to do the assignment what has been given on Sunday or not given on Sunday. Also attend RRP session second time on Thursday. And these are non-recorded sessions. Excuse me, everyone. Give me a second. Okay, so yes, what I was telling is this. So RRP session that you need to repeat, okay, even if it is on Tuesday and Thursday, you need to repeat, because when you will repeat RRP session, you are increasing your visibility. By increasing your visibility, you are installing your credibility, exactly that you are impressing that you are in need of the job. And the more credibility you are creating, more marketable you become. Okay, because that will apply the hidden and visible forces on your HR team to continue to market your profile well. Okay, and they will sense that you are in need, and those who will create this sense of urgency, those will only be getting the slots of getting placed. And remember over here, just don't fall prey of getting compatible with the requirement, but also make yourself compatible with the requirement. Okay, so it should not happen that you are waiting for the right requirement to come, and then you start giving interviews, but also accommodate yourself as per requirement and start preparing for that. And that may require continuous changing profile. Do so. Okay, and also on Friday, do the assignments for your Wednesday, and Saturday you can relax or do research, and then we can meet again on Sunday. So is it clear? The complete code of honor along with the days and the activities you are supposed to do apart from this training. Is it clear to
Yes.
everyone? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting the clarity on your activities, what you are supposed to do. Having said so, let's take a deep dive into deep learning now. And today we are going to learn about agile principles. So understand one thing. It's not about the content. Okay. It is always about the context. It is always about what?
Context.
Context. And that's the very reason any organization in this world, you will find with their values and principles. Have you ever found so?
Yes.
And most of the company, when you will visit, what do you see in front? 7 values and 7 principles. How many of you have seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are the pillars and foundation that saves that company or organization during the time of crisis. And Scrum world is not different from it. And Agile world is not different from it. And that is the reason Agile created its manifesto. That's the reason Scrum organization came into the picture. And you know the history when it was evolved and around during 2000, okay, when 17 softwares came in together and they brainstormed and they understood the need of it. Last time, what we discussed, anyone remember that? What did we all discuss last time?
Manifesto.
In the last
Yes.
class,
Yes.
Agility.
So we
Agile
discussed.
manifesto.
Agility and flexibility.
Yes,
the values of Agile.
yes,
Agile
yes, all right. So we learned about the difference between agility and flexibility, only this thing, and Agile manifesto. Today we will take a deep dive in learning Agile principle. If you are showing your experience up to 5 years in your profile, then these questions may come into your in your interview, and for that you need to learn Agile principles, Agile manifesto, and Scrum values. But in case you are with 11 years or 12 years, you might be saved. Okay, these questions may not come. However, these are very easy to understand and easy to learn. So together we are going to learn about it. So I want one volunteer who can read this for me, the very first bullet.
I'll read.
Yeah, go, Jaya.
Customer satisfaction through early and continuous software delivery. Customers are happier when they receive working software at regular intervals rather than waiting extended periods of time between releases.
Okay, thank you so much. Now let me ask you one question. And as I say, we make things so much relatable that the learning becomes the project for you. Okay. And this one says that the very first principle, customer satisfaction through early and continuous software delivery. So yes, do you remember last time I used a word, and that is applicable in each organization for every employee to become, and that you need to be a CDO. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So CDO stands for what? And you will not find anywhere in the Google. Okay. And but business world needs it.
Customer delight officer.
Yes, because each and every organization talk about that customer delight, but no one wants to become customer delight officer. But the moment you will own this responsibility, you will find you are not making any stone unturned to check with your client whether his happiness is increasing or not through your service. Because any business is all about customer satisfaction. And that's the reason some of you have come from customer support. That's the reason there is a different, vertical of customer satisfaction or customer service or customer support is always there. Because if that is not there, the chances of a business growing continuously won't be there. So in IT world, the continuous software delivery has to happen. Say, for example, in for next 8 weeks, we are coming together. You joined here and there is a no communication in the Agile Scrum group. and you are in anticipation, waiting and waiting. One fine day someone will respond, but no communication. How would you feel? Will you feel more satisfied or more agitated?
Agitated.
Agitated.
Agitated
Yes.
because
And
it is unprofessional.
yes, it's, you may come up with the various labels. Okay. You may come up with, I mean, it is so frustrating that you forget about this training. Say, for example, you buy one appliance. Okay. You buy one appliance. They say that everything is there in the packing. You come home, you find there is no manual, there is no plug, nothing, and you continue to wonder how to operate. They said you phone to the shop. They say that they will send someone, and again there is no communication. You are customer and the vendor. Okay, vendor becomes no responsive. Are you will you not feel will you not start repenting, why did I even go to that shop and buy this appliance, because it is becoming useless now, right?
Yep.
So
Yes.
when
Yes.
you become customer, if you are not satisfied with the continuous touch base, you feel agitated, you feel frustrated. Understand, when you start serving in a software industry, and if you are not giving this level of satisfaction to your customer, when it comes to you, you feel the dissatisfaction and agitation. But you know that when you go back, and you are serving to some customer and you are not giving the same result, the same customer will feel the similar frustration. So that's the reason this principle has to be the topmost principle. Do you agree with me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And because without this, no business will continue to progress. So always remember,
Yeah.
your customer will be only happier when you are in touch with them on continuous interval. You are letting them know what's going on, what's not going on, and they are not really just waiting for your response. So when you become the customer, how do you feel? Likewise, if you are serving to someone, how they want to feel, that is in your hand. It's a very plain and in simple English, but yet very powerful and principle of Agile. Okay. So this is the very first principle. I want someone to read the second one.
May I?
Yeah, please go ahead, Arun.
Accommodate changing requirements throughout the development process. The ability to avoid delays when a requirement or feature request changes.
Okay. Thank you so much for reading this out. Yeah. So always remember, just give me a second. Yeah. So always remember to accommodate. And who will accommodate that? Is it you who will accommodate that? Any changes when it comes, okay, in the development process. In fact, you're serving, and in between some new request comes in. Okay. And that request, are you going to fulfill then and there by leaving the ongoing activity?
No.
No, you won't.
No.
First you
No.
will finish the work in hand. And whenever it comes, its number will come, that time you are going to serve that request, right? But now the thing over here is to take a, mark upon that any request that comes to you directly, that has to come through hierarchy. Okay. And in hierarchy, although there is no as such hierarchy, however, to a person who is connection between the customer and as well as rest of the stakeholders. Okay. And that person is none other than product owner. Okay. So such request has to come to product owner first. Let product owner decide when to address that. With me so far? And this could be and whatever I am speaking can be the interview's question. So listen very carefully, whatever terms coming in. Okay. So any change requirements, any changes are coming, accommodate that, but accommodate that in a process. Wait for its number to appear. Wait for its number to appear. okay, and then address that. And by doing so, you are not making any delays. You are regularly working on your ongoing activity. Also, any new feature or any new requirement comes in, you are ready to address that. You are ready to work on that, and you are accommodate that any changes which has been requested by customer. So this is how the development process will continue to be in the game, be in the process. Okay. With me so far, everyone clear? Accommodate any changing requirement throughout the development process. It doesn't happen that if any requirement is coming, new requirement is coming, you are not addressing that. You will continue to address and throughout the development process. But the process is that it should be like whenever product owner will decide that, and whatever the sprint means one time duration, in that a piece of software will be delivered. Not the entire software, but the piece of software. With me so far, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's understand the third bullet point. Who can read this third?
I can do that.
Yeah, please go ahead, Pallavi.
Frequent delivery of working software. Scrum accommodates this principle since the team operates in software sprints or iterations that ensure regular delivery of working software.
Exactly. So understand that it's not about just you will decide one fine day and start working on application and then complete something and then you will give it completely. It's always about frequent delivery, and that's the reason the Scrum word comes. So Scrum is what? Scrum is nothing but a framework. What do we mean by framework? So let me quickly try to recall any layman term that I can give you. And imagine that you do one activity, and to do that activity, there are multiple ways. Okay, there are multiple ways. Recently, I gave one example. Say, for example, I have to open this PowerPoint window. Okay, so there are various ways to open PowerPoint slide. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are the ways? Can anyone tell me? What are the ways using?
Using a mouse.
Yes, Yakshi, you were telling something?
Double click on the PowerPoint app or go to the start button.
Okay. So first is double click on the PowerPoint slide icon. Okay, right?
Right click and select the open.
Right click and select open. That is the another way. What else?
Go to start and find PowerPoint and double click or right click, whatever.
Yeah. Again, go to the PowerPoint slide and open that. Okay, that's one. File open and locate and then open. That's right. Okay. Going through file menu when PowerPoint slide is open, just locate the file and open the exact file you wanted to open. Using Control O, you can open. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
one slide can be opened in a various manner. Likewise, any software can be delivered in a various styles. Okay, it can accommodate various strategy to open that, and that we call it as a framework. And here we just now spoken the word which is known as Scrum framework. Okay, and Scrum has the ability. So using Scrum in Agile world, so a Scrum is a framework and is a part of Agile. So using Scrum framework, we can accommodate the principle of frequent delivery of working software. See, working software is important here. Yeah. So Scrum accommodates this principle since the team operates in software sprints or iteration. You remember just now I was telling about sprints. Sprints is nothing but time duration. What is sprint, everyone?
Time
duration.
duration.
Yes, it is a timeline. It is a timeline in which you have to commit something. It's a timeline in which you have to show the result. Okay. And what kind of result you will show? Of working software. And this sprint will be repeated. It means that in a month, there could be, you will decide the sprint to be of how many days. So can someone tell me that how many days of one sprint I can think of?
2 weeks. 15 days.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Maximum
Okay.
is 30. Maximum
Okay.
is 30 days.
So 2 days, 2 weeks I consider. So in 2 weeks and 2 weeks. So 2 weeks and 2 weeks means 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, how many iteration you can deliver? How many? 2 iteration. That's right. So in one iteration, you are delivering a package of software. In another iteration, you are delivering a new package of software. And that package will be the piece of the large software application. So always remember, it has to be ongoing. So in a 1 year, if it is a 1 year long project, so there will be, if minimum I'll consider, see, in agile world, sprint is of minimum 1 day and maximum of 1 month, maximum, that is 4 weeks.
4
But
weeks.
moderate is 2 weeks. That is the ideal. Okay. So if it is of 2 weeks, okay, if it is of 2 weeks, then in years time, there will be 26 sprints at least. With me, everyone so far? Because in year there are 52 weeks. Okay. So in a moderate way, this will be 26 weeks. So for every 26 weeks, 26 times your delivery of working software will continue to happen. So always remember, it has to be frequent all the time. Okay. And this is all. Does it also going to accommodate the change? Yes. If it is going to accommodate the change, then do you think that you are always in touch with customer and you are leading this principle, that is customer satisfaction?
Yes.
So you will see everything is interrelated. And then the fourth one is also, who can read the fourth one, please?
Me, this is
Yeah.
Jyoti.
Jyoti, go ahead.
Collaboration between the business stakeholder and developer throughout the project. Better decisions are made when the business and technical team are aligned.
Right.
Thank you so much for reading this out, Jyoti. So yes, it's all about the collaboration. Do you think that you are here working in collaboration?
Yes.
Yes.
How?
Because of
Teamwork.
it's a teamwork.
Teamwork. And you all are responsive. It may happen that you may not even care for someone else who is already reading. I'm asking you to read out one bullet point. Say, for example, Rekha and Jaya came together. They start reading together and they are not stopping. But there are some trait of agility they are using. What some traits I'm going to tell you. But to know few, you are working in collaboration. The moment Jaya sees that Rekha has just started a few milliseconds ago, she just take herself into consideration. She takes the pause and she allows Rekha to go ahead. Okay. Likewise, Rekha is doing for Jaya, say for example. So you are collaborating with each other. This is just one example. Likewise, in agile industry, in software delivery industry, team has to work in the collaboration. Okay. And the collaboration does not just happen with the customer, but all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders means everyone involved in the project. Okay. And you will see that throughout the development process, the collaboration continue to happen. And how and what all the meetings it is going to be reflected, that I'm going to tell you. And in fact, when you come together, you take the better decisions. Okay. And that is the need of the hour. And the better decisions are only taken because the team, the entire team come together, the stakeholders come together, technical teams come together. They understand, they know each other on what topic you are working and what topic they need to work. Because if you work on you are aligned with someone, 1 to 3 people, and rest of 3 people are aligned with some other topic, and these three people are aligned with each other. They know this set of 3 people are working on what piece of software, we 3 need to work, and together they will develop something bigger. With me so far, you understood it well, this example of collaboration? Yeah. Awesome. Let's move further and understand. Just a second. Let's move further in the agile principles and see what is there. Okay. I want someone to read the first bullet.
I can read.
Yeah, go
Motiv-
ahead, Yakshi.
Support, trust, and motivate the people involved.
Mhm.
Motivated teams are more likely to deliver their best work than unhappy teams.
Yeah. So understand, always you will find one special type of person and they are always unhappy in the team. Okay. And you will find everywhere, in fact, in the life, you will find there are people who are so much habituated of unhappy. Its impact on not only on their life would be there, but also its impact on their every activity would be there. When you are working in a project, in a software, and just now I said in the code of honor that happiness is productive, is today's productivity, and that enhances the energy and that creates more delivery. Okay, and that's the reason you need to be happy. So you need to support the team. And who is responsible to support the team? Any idea?
Project leader.
Project
Okay.
business analysis.
Okay, thank you for your answer.
Product owner.
Yeah, so see, you may say various example, who is responsible, who is not responsible. However, the very first key thing is that first you yourself is responsible for being happy. That's number one. Number two is that in a project, it is Scrum Master's responsibility to make sure that he is continuously supporting, he is trusting the team, and he is motivating every single person. Because do you think when you are unhappy, you are going to support the project, or you are just bringing hindrance into the continuity of the project? What you will bring, hindrance or support?
Hindrance.
Hindrance. And do you know what is Scrum Master's role? The first primary role?
Motivate the team.
To remove all the hindrances first. Okay. So the moment your unhappiness brings hindrance, it becomes his primary objective to remove the hindrance in a way that the project will remain supported. The project does not has to be suffered. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you will take your responsibility of keeping yourself motivated, but also as a Scrum Master or the Agile team together, or product owner, anyone can take the responsibility. But as a future Scrum Master, you need to remember that you are going to support your team, trust your team, motivate your team, and they will deliver the best work, okay, than unhappy teams. Unhappy teams will come up with the excuses of delay. Okay, happy people are just ongoing. Okay, it may sound philosophical, but understand that your agile delivery is completely based on the philosophy, okay, philosophy of the productivity. All right, so I want someone to read this second bullet point on the screen.
Enable
Yeah.
face-to-face interactions. Communication is more successful when development teams are co-located.
Which one you read? The second one, right? Okay, cool. So yes, so when it comes to, today the world is changing so fast and so rapidly that it is not necessary that everyone will be co-located. Okay, however, this used to be really final when before Corona. Okay, and when team used to co-locate it together, and communication has to be very, very important. And communication communication has to be flown. Okay, communication has to remain in flow. Okay, and when teams are there and you are sending some communication or delaying in communication, do you think delayed communication is the better communication or poor communication? Poor communication. Is it going to help you or support you? Delayed communication? Help?
No, it won't.
No, nothing. It won't.
It is not going to help you, right? It won't help you. So if it is not going to help you, then you should not wait to communicate anything. And in case your team is co-located together, you may walk to your team member and you can speak to them. in case you want to discuss on any topic related to project delivery or a piece of project or any activity or any technicality or any functionality you think that it should be discussed with your team member, you can simply go ahead and talk to them. Do you think it is possible when you are co-located, you could do that?
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
for that, do you need to really write a long email and wait for this person to read it and
No.
then respond to you
No.
later? And
No.
if you will fall prey to emailing this all activity and wait for the response and then incorporate that, are you going to add value to your project, or you are just losing the value from the project?
Losing the value.
Losing the value.
Losing the value.
And your hiring has happened just because the project wants you to add the value in the project, and that's the reason you have been hired. If you remember this objective, you will not fall prey of the delayed conversation or delayed communication, and in fact you will believe in doing face-to-face interaction. And in the distributed sittings, when someone is connecting from some different location, one is sitting in USA, one is sitting in Canada, someone is sitting in Europe, someone is Middle East, someone is India, and somewhere in different distributed geographical location. So if you cannot communicate face to face, you can switch on your video cam and you can chat with that person. Is that possible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So such kind of advancement has come that you need to use that as a part of Agile principle. I quickly want someone to read the third principle, third bullet point.
Working
Working
software is the
Okay.
primary measures of progress. Delivering functional software to the customer is the ultimate factor that measures progress.
Okay, thank you so much. So again, it comes, working software is the primary measure of progress. Yes, if you are giving, or say for example, you bought an iPhone. Okay, you bought an iPhone and it is not working. Okay, it's not even switching on. Is it going to be helpful and useful for you?
No.
No, it's not. So it is not just you have bought the iPhone, it has to be working iPhone. Likewise, it's not just you have delivered a software, but it has to be working software. Okay, so delivering functional software to the customer is the ultimate factor that measures progress. So whenever you are delivering something to customer, make sure it has been tested in a manner that it is working well. What you are giving has to be used by customer the way you are giving. With me so far? That has to be principle again.
Yeah.
See, these are the very simple things. Don't you think these are very simple things?
Yes. Very
Yes.
Are these rocket science?
No.
No.
No. So, but still I can present it in a manner that it may sound very complicated. Okay, but you don't need complicated things. You need simple things so that you can start using them, right?
Mhm.
So I want someone to read the last bulletin on the screen.
Agile
process.
Yeah, any new person, any who has not read it before? Yeah, go ahead.
I can.
I don't know, go ahead. Please read. Okay, Aarti, go ahead. Please read.
Agile processes to support a consistent development pace, which means teams establish a repeatable and maintainable speed at which they can deliver working software, and they repeat it with each release.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So as of, again, very simple principle, it says that the processes, whatever in Agile, okay, so its purpose is to support again the continuous development. And again, it's talking about the pace, it's talking about the speed, and it's talking about the continuity in the speed. Okay, in every sprint, it has to be ongoing delivery. Okay, and it becomes repeatable, it becomes maintainable when you follow the speed, and at the end you are delivering the working software. And in every single time when you are delivering a software, whenever it is needed, you can maintain it. If any bugs gets introduced any single time, you can rework on them. So it is so much easy, handy, and usable and reusable. and again maintainable, that you can bring some changes, you can repeat, you can rework on that, and you can redeliver if it is required. It means that the process of delivering will continue to happen, but again, you will be speeding it up. Okay. And in fact, entire
Please
agile,
let me know when you want to take
yeah,
a
sure.
water break.
And
No
entire
problem.
agile processes are designed in a way that it, this it is supporting to the speed of the delivery. With me so far?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Any questions so far?
So I had a question.
Yes, Aarti.
My name is Shanaz.
Okay.
Sir, I
Shanaz,
just
okay.
wanted to know, as a Scrum Master, as I do not have any experience in IT field, do I need to have knowledge about how the developers and how the developers, what softwares they're using and how they work?
Okay. What exactly you mean to ask? Means what kind of knowledge you are asking about?
I mean about the development team, sir, about like how they code it and what are their duties?
Okay. So let me answer you in a very different manner. Say, for example, you are head of a family. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you are head of a family. Responsibility on your shoulder is to make things smooth for your family, right, Shanaz? Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. And if you know who in the family is doing what, you can serve them in a better manner, right?
Exactly.
And if you don't know who is struggling with what and what is going on something in their life, and they are really reserved, they are not really open to you, that family member, do you think that you can support that family member in an effective manner?
No,
No.
I can't.
So likewise, when you are working in a team, in an agile model, agile methodology, in fact, anywhere, if you are part of a team, it is always better as a scrum master to know that who is working on what. Okay, because you are the future scrum master, you are the facilitator of the team, and your core responsibility is to remove all the impediments as a future scrum master. So the moment you know that who is working on what, and the moment you come to know if someone is facing some issue, and through talk and through fixing some meetings, if you can help others to remove some bottlenecks of the problem they are facing, you are going to help them to kickstart their work, or help them to make their work more smoother, and help them to speed up their work. You are going to help them, right? And how it is possible? If you know their problems, or what they are working, or when you don't know.
When I know it.
When you know it, you don't need to know how they are coding, what piece of code they are writing. You just need to know what they are doing. Is it clear?
Okay.
You don't need to get into detail of their job profile. Okay. But as a project, you are aware that, okay, these are the 5 modules of a banking software has come up, and James is working on this, Srilata is working on this, and Anisha is working on this. You are knowing, you are aware of everyone. Is it more clear, Shanaz, to you, or any?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Any
it's clear,
hidden
sir.
question? No. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
Gaurav sir, I have a question.
Yes, Anisha.
Like going back to the Sana's question, I understand that we don't need to know, but like, do we need to know about the software as well, or we just need to manage them, or just try to be as a team member and try to
What
solve
do
their
you mean by
problems?
software? Can you be more elaborative?
Like, let's say they are using Jira software, right? Or SQL queries, right? And if they needed help or something, we do need to know about the SQL and Jira, right?
Okay. Yes. So the thing is that few things you need to know. Like, if I'm presenting this this class, okay, and you are receiving this class through remote, okay, I'm using 2-3 softwares. Have you watched that what all software I'm using?
Yeah, one Zoom.
Zoom. What else?
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint. Anything else?
There was a mind mapping tool.
Mind map. Yeah, 3 softwares I'm frequently using. Okay, mind map, Zoom, and PowerPoint. If I know them well, I can use them effectively. Okay, are they rocket science to know? Did you ever struggle to use Zoom? Very
No.
initially, when Zoom was given to you, might have struggled. Okay, from how I can share the screen, how can I rename myself? By the way, in case your name is appearing as iPhone, I would recommend you to rename yourself. Okay, please go ahead first, rename yourself, because else I will end up calling your name as iPhone if I happen to, or Prerna would also do that. So please rename yourself. Likewise, small activities you need to know that whether you can do it or not. So things you should know. Softwares means application or tools you need to know on which the entire project is working. So project will tell you what all software we want you to know. There are few software like you told about Jira and all. Likewise, what all the software you should know, we will tell you. Okay, not SQL at the detailed manner you need to know, but it's always good to have. See, there are job description that you need to know X, Y, Z, A to Z. But when you will be boarded or deputed, I might ask you to work on only one thing. Okay. So what all things you need to know, what all software today industry is demanding from the Scrum Master or business analyst, that we will tell you.
Okay.
Is it okay, Anisha? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
sir.
So
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
Prerna, now you can take up in the remaining agile principle and you can continue from there. Prerna, I hope I was audible.
Yeah, I'm there, but I can't see your screen. I mean, did you stop?
Yeah, I have stopped. Will you be sharing your screen or you want me to share?
Yeah, I'll be sharing my screen, but for some time I was not able to see your screen.
Just a second. Let me
So,
bring that up.
Are you on the second or third slide? So that's why I was trying to interrupt you.
Okay, so I was on this slide.
Okay, fine. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, so after that, you have to go from this slide. Attention to technical.
Yeah, I have. I'll just share my screen.
Can I stop?
Yeah, you stop. Otherwise, I can't share.
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay. Let me know when my screen is visible. Yeah, it's loading.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, to everyone. Yeah, thank you. So till now, Gaurav has explained a majority of important principles, and if you could relate what we learned yesterday in manifesto, it's more or less extension or detailed explanation of those manifestos into real life, practical, workable principles, right? So everything that we are learning, please try to understand, it's the building blocks of Agile. If you know the 4 manifestos and 12 principles, know and trust me, you don't need anything additional to study or any other guidance or any other course for that matter. That is the reason we dedicate this 1 or 2 sessions entirely for these topics. Okay, there are some bits and pieces which might be confusing or which might not be routine for everyone, but if you understand closely, all the agile principles are very practical, right? And they are very, in a way, they are kind of straightforward as well. But the only thing is, we don't think from that point of view, right? You have your daily chores, you have your weekly meetups, picnics, outings. We all use agile in some or the other manner. Trust me on that. The only thing is, nobody has ever told us, or we were not aware that it was agile. Okay. So now coming back to the last last 4 principles of Agile, I would require 4 different volunteers to read. So can I request someone to read the first point, please?
Yes. Can I?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Attention to technical detail and design enhances agility. The right skills and good design ensures the team can maintain the peace, constantly improve the product, and sustain change.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading it out. So here, if you remember, even yesterday we were discussing that, technical expertise or good design is very integral in Agile. Okay. So what it says is that if you have the right set of skills, okay, and a good design. Now you may ask, what is a good design and what is the right set of skills? Okay. So I think I had shared this similar example. Like if you go on google.com and you are trying to access whatever your mails or some information in Google, and suddenly you get a 404 error, 404 page not found. It is the most ideal typical error. Okay, once it is fine. But if you keep getting that error in every search, how would you feel? This is for everyone. Annoyed, irritated, yes, okay. Apart from that, imagine you're logged into your banking account. Okay, you want to do some transactions, some transfer, I want to check your balance. You first of all, while you try to log in, it will ask you on 5 different pages, just a hypothetical. Okay, visualize. Nowadays, what is the process? You have to put in your user ID and password. Okay, then they might ask you for a captcha. That can be write the given alphabets, alphanumerical words again, or it can be select the signal or car design, or it can be what is this showing? Is it a whatever bridge or car or road, whatever? So these kind of questions. Imagine if you have 4 or 5 more pages or more questions like that. Would you actually enjoy it? Would you like it, or you'll get irritated?
Irritated.
Right?
Irritated, yeah.
Because though you understand it is for your safety, but definitely it is not in the benefit of your time or efforts, right? See, all these things additional are for the safety, for ensuring that humans are accessing, there is no virus and stuff. But given everything, you want to see your convenience also, right? And nowadays, whenever we talk about agile, why agile emerged? Just because everything is getting very dynamic and very fast and very quick. We call it like on the in the blink of the eye. You want to have things happen. You want to have super fast internet. You want to have super fast downloads. I'm not sure how many of you are 90s or 2000 kids or whatever. That time, if you had to download a picture, we used to get that dialog box, and there used to be a file flying from left side to the right side, and it used to give us estimation like it will take 25 minutes to download. Forget if it is a video. I mean, we used to just keep on download and forget it. I'm telling you these things about early 2000s or late 90s. Do you know what kind of internet we all have used, or at least you might have seen in the older movies? And now we actually live stream things. We go on Facebook live, we live stream whatnot, every event, every function. So do you see the difference?
Huge. Yes.
Technology has improved a
Absolutely
lot.
astonishing. So that is a good design. You see, I mean, it's very it's not so I would say, if I have to give you the design actual experience, I have to tell you about the architecture and how the process works. But that's all fine. You have to understand the benefit. Okay. So that is why we consult architects. That is why we have the right skilled or a seasoned employees or candidates or resources in our team. Okay. So you know what they say, that when you have a good design, you maintain a pace. Pace means like if you're in your banking website, if you want to navigate from payments to add a beneficiary, or from add a beneficiary you want to navigate to check your balance, or you want to open an FD or RD, all these activities you can do on a click. It's not that for payments it's taking 5 minutes for adding first of all, the session will not be there for 5 minutes. That's a banking norm. It will expire. But just hypothetically, you will not wait for a longer time for these functions, right? You want everything on a click. So that's the thing, that we have to maintain the pace. We have to have that same speed throughout the application and improves the product and sustain change. That simply means when you have a, there are times when we say, especially about the government website or any typical school websites for your kids or niece and nephews, like, the website is so slow. You have that typical thing for the older websites, maybe the website is so slow. Why we say that? Because it loads very slow. It goes from one page to another very slow. If you're downloading something, it will take a lot of time. So so all these things we all talk and experience on daily basis, but we do not understand the science behind it. Now you all understand when I say we have to use the right tech skills, and it has to be in constant pace, and it has to be of a good design. Any doubt in this?
No.
No.
No? Good? Great. Yeah. Can someone read the super simple line? The next line.
Simplicity of just enough
Mhm.
to get the job done for the right.
I couldn't hear. I'm so sorry. Can you be a little louder?
Oh, sorry. Simplicity of job done for right now. Can you hear me?
Simplicity. Develop just enough to get the job done for right now.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. So what it says is, I think sometimes you even see in the advertisements or in the movie, the dialogue is keep it simple, silly. And in India, it is there for some of the drink or something. I don't know. So, what we're trying to say in this super fast world where you are trying to make everything very complex or very tech savvy and everything, do not underestimate the importance of keeping things simple. Keeping things simple means, I just gave you this earlier example of login into your banking website, right? You really want even your parents or older generation to understand how it works, right? So you don't want it to be like a super difficult system where you have to solve some mathematical questions, some algorithms, and you do have to do some brainy work. No, right? What is the use? It is not for any scientific or research purpose. It's for a normal layman use. It's a banking website. Every person should be able to access it. So you have to have a simple thing. And in context of agile, what it says is develop just enough to get the job done for right now. You remember yesterday I gave you an example where I was saying that sometimes the developers are so tech savvy and so driven, so passionate. They keep developing things which are not even asked by the customers. Like they might give you some additional buttons, some additional functionality, which was just not asked, but they might feel that they should add it. Do you remember this example yesterday?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If no, then I really would encourage you to take a doctor's visit for short-term memory loss. If no, so yes, I specifically gave this example because see, we are working in a very tight schedule environment. Okay, like it's as simple as that. If you have your unit test, maybe on coming Monday, this week you have for your studies. So will you study for the unit test, or will you study for the semester that is going to come after 2.5 months? Like, will you complete only that syllabus, or you would like to study for this semester syllabus also? Give me an honest answer.
Only for the
Unit,
unit test.
Unit
unit
test.
test.
Some of you
Yeah.
might say that I don't want to study for that also, but I have to, right? Because that's the priority, because that's the delivery, and that is the simplest thing that you can do. So same way, we have to, as a scrum master, as a product owner, as a senior developer, we have to keep a check that whatever we are delivering is that what was asked by the client. Do not go in the flow and just divert from your sprint goal. So it is as simple as that. That is why it's just a simple word and it's a simple explanation. It means, and you might feel, I mean, I don't know why you didn't ask. You might ask that why this point? Why this point is because in my personal experience in my career, I have seen people going crazy over functionality, and then that actually ruins the design, and that kills the timeline, and that creates problems. Okay, It happens. It happens in real life. So that's why we have to keep a close eye, especially on some, super crazy developers or people who are, too driven, or sometimes they just simply don't know the scope. Okay. There are people who don't even read BRDs. They just start coding. I mean, that's a very wrong approach. So we ensure that everybody has their copy of BRD and they know what they're working on, what functionality they have to develop on. Okay. So it's a very simple point, but a very significant one. Do not underestimate it. Yeah. Next point, please. Can someone read it?
Yeah, I can go.
Go ahead.
Self-organizing team encourage great architecture requirements and designs, skilled and motivated team members who have decision-making power, take ownership, communicate regularly with other team members, and share ideas that deliver quality products.
Thank you so much for reading it out. Okay. So here what they are saying is, okay. By the way, what do we understand by the word self-organizing? Tell me, what are your thoughts?
Like
Anything.
taking initiative
No one
by
is gonna guide
by
you.
themselves.
Taking initiative by themselves. Okay. What else? Self-organizing. Yeah.
No
I
one is
think
gonna guide you or
prioritize.
teach you.
Nobody is going to
Guide or teach you.
guide or teach you. Okay. Next. Whatever comes to your mind, that's okay.
There's no captain. Everybody's working as a team.
Everybody is
It's working as a team.
okay. Everybody's working as a team. Okay. Anything else?
So basically, a self-reliant team who is able to handle the things on their own.
Like
Okay.
self-organizing means they don't need a push, like you have to do this. They are self-organizing the things.
Okay. Okay. So first of all of you are right. That's why I wanted, because I know the more people we have, the more understanding we would get. So whatever you have mentioned, that's right for everyone. What it says is people see, first of all, the basic I would say requirement for this team is that everybody has to be highly skilled, seasoned, experienced, and best in honestly what they do. Okay, whatever field they are. So when you have such dedicated, experienced, or skilled people, they do have their own set of ethics of work ethics, or how they operate. So when you are dealing with such great quality of, I would say, resources, you don't have to micromanage them. You may ask, what is micromanagement? Okay. So micromanagement is the thing that you do when you are taking, or when you're sitting with a toddler and you're giving them some activity. It can be a painting, drawing, or writing ABCD. What do? You keep looking at them. Okay, write
Keep
this
checking.
properly, rub this properly. No, this line is not right. Put colors there. You are constantly watching over and observing and giving instruction. That is called as micromanagement. Adults generally don't like it, but some of the organization, there are seniors who do micromanagement, which is not healthy for adults. Okay, it is not a great way of work. So here what it says is, forget micromanagement, because they are so good in managing their own work. They don't need anybody dedicatedly to tell them what to do and how to do. Okay, there is work, they have the requirement, they themselves pick it up and they start working on it. They know what is their deadline, they know what is expected out of it. They, as a team, they are so good that they help each other in their work. So they are like self-reliant, self-organized, self-motivated, self-initiated, well-mannered about work. So everything that you all said, these are these people. See, you will get only great output when you have a great team together. Okay, you might try with people who are less qualified, but then you will have to put in a lot of efforts. You have to like really reach to that level when your effort starts to show. So these is already these kind of people or resources. So what they say is that they have great decision making power. They on their take ownership. So you don't have to go and tell them, hey, like for example, Jason, go and pick this up, take this activity. No, they are experienced, they're seasoned, they know what their work is, and they'll do it anyways. They don't need anyone to tell them what to do. Okay, and by the way, this is a very important point. You might feel, why this point, we are all adults, we should know. But no, in organizations there are many resources or many employees, they are like, just you have to keep pushing them, all the time, keep pushing them, which is not a great way to have that work structure or work way. But sometimes people are like that. So in short, these people are this team is very good. They communicate regularly with each other. So they talk to each other in case they have any problem or they have to come up with a solution. And last but not the least, they share ideas that deliver quality products. Now, for example, imagine if you are from different teams. Some is a tester, some is a developer, someone is coming from some banking domain or other domain, and you have all have different set of skills. And whenever there is a problem, you come together, you talk to each other, you share your ideas and experiences, and you come with a solution. Isn't it great? You tell me.
Yeah, it's basically giving space to the team members.
Honestly, it's giving all the best attributes and qualities to each other to ensure that you're delivering the right and best product. So for example, if you are a tester, you will give your best advice and best work dedication or best delivery while testing the software, so that testing is successful and the product is without any bugs. If you are a developer, you would use the best of coding standards and good design, good architecture, and you will deliver or you will develop a product in a very good manner that there will be very less bugs or testing would be very comfortable. Get my point? So whatever you do, whatever your skill set is, you're giving the best. Make sense?
Yep. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Now the last point, who would like to take this opportunity?
I want to read.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Regular reflections on how to become more effective, self-improvement, process improvement, advancing skills and techniques help team member work more efficiently.
Okay, perfect. So reflections means, what do we mean by regular reflections? Tell me.
It basically means that you have to review what you're doing at a regular intervals, so that you tend to see the plus and the minuses for becoming more efficient.
Very well said, Rekha. Very well said. Basically, reflection is something that after your any exam, you look at the question paper and you try to gauge or estimate the amount of marks that you would get per question. I don't know you used to do it or not. I used to do it. So it's like, so that's a funny
Always
example.
I used to do it. Always.
Yeah, always. So whenever you get an answer sheet, you don't get shocked, if you get less or if you get high. You know the estimates. So this is on a lighter note. On serious notes in organization, it's like, you have that annual review or 6 months review or quarter review. So basically, it's like,
it is like one-on-one they have, and they tell you the pluses and minuses.
yes. So they tell you what they find good or what you should improve upon. You tell what kind of things that you think you did great and you need help or guidance on. So this is basically instead of a one-on-one with anybody, it should be your own reflection. Because as I told you, as a team member, you're so great and so qualified and so skilled. So see, you even as a person, you understand that what are your strengths and what are the things that you need to still work upon. You might feel, okay, I need to get training into this technology, as this will be useful in our development, or I need training into time management or anything like that, right? So it's basically improving yourself. It's improving the process. Now, process, you might feel that, in the earlier sprint, you really wasted a lot of time in some of the activity, which was not required, maybe per se documentation. So you can always say, we can reduce that part, or we can be very focused about what documents we are sharing. We can cut down on some of the unwanted workflows or anything, just a hypothetical example I'm trying to give. So anything that is not required, that is not adding value or helping you to deliver properly, you can cut it short. Advancing skills is, yes, you have to keep polishing your skills, advancing your skills. And techniques means anything that is work related, it's like instead of waiting for approvals, you can actually take a, we used to call it an umbrella approval or blanket approval. So it's like you take a approval from your senior for all the activities that needs to be done. So you don't have to go back to them 100 times for their approvals for any, maybe if you're getting some software or servers or hardware or whatnot. So these kind of things improve efficiency, and it overall improve the, I would say, delivery. So I think we are towards the, or rather we have ended or completed the principles. So any doubts in any of the questions?
No, it's not so far.
Yes? No? If not now, if you have later, you can come and check with us on WhatsApp or tomorrow's session. Okay?
Okay.
So Gaurav, would you like to take this slide? And I think I can take the next slide and we can finish this today. What do you feel? What are your thoughts? So you want to take in the next session? Gaurav, you're on mute. Okay, till the time go. Okay, he's there.
Am I audible now, Prerna?
You are, yeah.
Okay, just a second. I think somehow you are not audible.
There's only 2 slides left for this. So I think you can take this and I can cover the next one because it is in the flow, and then we can end the session. Yeah.
Okay. Just a second. I have some speaker issues, so just.
So it's okay. Till the time I'll take the last slide, you figure it out, and then you can come back to this one. Anyways, this is in the flow that whatever I was explaining. Okay.
Earlier slide is remaining, right?
Yeah. You said you are having issues, so I thought I'll complete.
Yeah.
Then
So I'll take it. No problem.
Okay, great.
Okay. So, all right. So we have learned so far Agile principle. Now look at the Agile framework. You remember I was talking about Scrum framework. Do you all remember that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So likewise, Scrum framework, we will get into the details of Scrum framework. However, to just let you know that last time we also spoke about XP in a pair programming. And this is also known as extreme programming. Okay. So pair programming, do you have any idea what exactly happens in pair programming?
Yeah,
Yes.
two developers
come together.
Exactly.
2 developers come together and plan together.
True. Also, understand that, just give me a second. Understand that the entire pair programming starts with, planning. In fact, any framework or any delivery model, they start with the planning. Okay, you plan the entire release, when you are going to release what type of what pieces of software. Okay, and then you work on the plan in a very fictive manner, that how long you will take. In 1 week or 2 weeks you will deliver. So you decide your sprint model, and you again decide after this sprint plan, or when you deliver any software in a sprint, that we call it is a iterative plan. Okay, that you are working in an iteration, and then what happens exactly at the end? Your software, your developed software has to be accepted by the client. Do you all agree with this?
Yes.
Yes.
So that phase, when the client accepts that, to that phase we call it as an acceptance test. Okay, acceptance test. And to achieve that acceptance test, every single day, all the required people meet together in a spatial meeting. In Agile world, we call it as a stand-up meeting. What we call it as?
Stand-up meeting.
Stand-up meeting means literally you standing up. Okay, and finishing that in 10 or 15 minutes, that who has done what in last 8 hours, who is going to do what in next 8 hours, and any bottleneck if they are experiencing right now. You discuss these all 3 items. You don't get into the description of the discussion of the bottleneck. Okay, you just touch base, you just give the high level of a heads up about that bottleneck, and that is it. Okay, and what exactly happened the moment the developer understand that they are understanding. In pair, they negotiate and they discuss what exactly the problem they have experienced. Okay, and while they are developing a piece of software, before they open it for other developers or tester, they test it. And when developer tests this piece of code, what they have tested, it is called as unit testing. What it is called as?
Unit testing.
Unit testing.
Unit testing. So whatever they have developed, they test themselves whether this piece of code is functioning or not. Okay, but the way they come together and develop together, they code together, it is called as pair programming. What it is called as?
Pair programming.
So this entire, what we started from the release planning till coding in a reverse manner, this is called as planning feedback loop. And that happens in the XP, that is the extreme programming. Scrum framework we are going to learn in the detailed manner in coming days. However, for Kanban framework, what you can see on the screen on the left-hand side, there is a small hand visible, and there are various sticky notes. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in this sticky notes, what is happening, a person is trying to adjust various user stories. What they are adjusting?
User stories.
What is user stories? Like I said that you deliver a smaller piece of a larger software. Do you remember I keep on saying that?
Yes.
Yeah. So you deliver a smaller piece of larger software. Likewise, there is always smaller piece of a larger requirement. Okay. So requirement is always large. When you break it down, the smaller requirement, so that it becomes the one person's doable task, it is called as user story. It's not task exactly. It's not exactly task, but I am telling you, it becomes more granular level of the requirement, more easy to digestible requirement. When it is broken down in an immediate requirement, it is called as user story in a nutshell. Okay, and you develop from one large requirement to various user stories, and you start working on a user story in a way that initially it will appear as a to-do. Okay, then from left to right, it will start moving. So initially all the sticky notes were the part of the first column on the leftmost side. And then few of them were prioritized and they put into to-do list. Okay. So if you will expand this to smaller, Prerna, can you maximize this? Is
Yeah,
it
sure.
chances? The Kanban board I want to. So what I'm explaining you is nothing but the Kanban board. Okay. Not this one, the sticky notes one. You can. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So what do you see? You see here the stories, to do, in progress, testing, and done. Do you all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you actually do? Everything was earlier into stories column. Then gradually it came into when it became prioritized, it came in to-do list. And the moment it became the prioritized came into to-do list, you started working on them. And the moment people chose it to start working on it, first it comes into in progress, then it goes to testing phase, and then it comes, once it is completed, it gets into done column. So it moves from left to right. Okay, with me so far?
Yes.
Yes. So all the user stories, smaller activities move from left to right. Eventually, everything has to come into the done column. So this board, where it happens, when it is physical board, it is called as Kanban board. However, there are sometimes you are not co-located together. Okay, you are distributed geographically as well. So your team is in a different location. Then also you can utilize some tools. Someone was talking about Jira this evening. Okay, so Jira is one of the tools that can let you publish the Kanban board. And on that Kanban dashboard, you can see who is working on what, which user story is in priority, and in what stage it is, whether it is in to-do, in progress. So this framework is called as Kanban framework with me so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometime what happens, Scrum framework is there and Kanban is there. We merge them together. We fuse them together. We collaborate them together, and it is called as Scrum framework. Okay. So Scrum framework, we are going to look at it in the next coming session. However, the last object that you see with the curves and circles, semicircle, that is the representation of, say, a Scrum framework. Can you see one picture behind the Kanban board in blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to explain you that in coming days. So Prerna, we can move to the last slide. Prerna, you there? Okay.
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah. Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So as we were saying, we completed the manifesto and I would say principles of Agile. Along with that, there are some common practices that we should be understanding. Okay. Though we've learned about the major chunk for sure, but still there are some additional things they are good to know. Okay. So what are the best practices? The first one is 4 values or 4 manifesto that we just learned. Second, 12 principles, manifesto we learned yesterday, principles we learned today. Okay. So these are the basics. Along with that, see, there is a specific one-liner, collaborate with the customer. Why? Because we generally say customer is the king, because they have the business or whatnot. So we have to ensure that we collaborate, coordinate, support, guide, and deliver our customer very well. Because unless they are happy, there won't be any further business, there won't be any further work, and there won't be any profits, right? Makes sense? Practical? Yes, yes. And work together daily. Now, why work together daily? That simply means is because we are working in such a short sprint of say 2 weeks or 4 weeks, and everything is so tight scheduled, we have to show up on the daily basis, right? We have to come to work. We have to give our 100% every day. So, and see, these are not hard and fast. We just thought that it's good to share with you about these things when you enter into the market or when you join an organization. So these are just best practices we feel that everybody should be aware of it. And then next, I'll just take in totality. So communication, coordination, balance of team members' contribution, mutual support, effort, and cohesion. Now, if you ask me, these are the best practices to follow in your personal life, in your family life, in your friend circle, in anywhere. So starting with the communication and coordination means you should not suppress anybody's views or ideas if they're trying to share something. You should be encouraging. So there has to be a two-way communication. Nowadays we say about children, like, there has to be a two-way communication. They should also be able to feel comfortable to speak to us and to share their views. So, same way. Collaboration, cohesion means you have to be together, you have to be continuous, you have to ensure if somebody is in case not able to complete their task or falling behind, or they have any hurdles, obstacles, as a team you should come ahead and you should help them out, and you should ensure that that delivery is getting done. Apart from that, mutual support and effort is it doesn't need to be even explained. Mutual support is, yes, you need to respect and guide and help each other out in case they need any help. And effort and balance of team members' contribution. Okay, now this is really important, last point, because many times what happens, you have one or two tech savvy people, super skilled people, and you actually end up seeing that they are the only people who are delivering, right? Others are like just relying or chilling on their shoulders, like, okay, you can finish this, and we can take the easier chunk or smaller chunk. So no, right? As a team, you have to ensure that everybody is contributing to their fullest. Okay. Makes sense. Now, these are some of the best practices we have mentioned. And in the white box, whatever we have said that we can take up later, but it simply means that you have to have a continuous development, that is iterative developments. You have to have daily meetings. Those are stand-up meetings. These all things will be taught in detail in upcoming session. That's why I'm not putting too much of importance now. And last but not the least is using professional tools. That's okay. Anyways, we're gonna teach you Jira, Trello, and other tools. So right now, focus on the best practices like good communication skills, collaborative skills, continuity, cohesion, mutual support, respect, and understanding each other's way of work and supporting each other along with the manifesto and the principles. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Any doubts in this? Because these are like real life things. It's not something out of the box, but still, if you feel.
No, we are good actually.
It's okay.
All right. So I think we have also touched the time. So what I want every one of you to do, if there is no question, quickly go back to WhatsApp group and do one thing, that just type what you are feeling right now after this session. So I'm going to quickly look at it. Me and Prerna both are going to look at it, that what you have to say about today's session. So it can be one line or one word, that will be enough for today. Okay. And if no question, again, one thing is that you need to complete your unset assignment. That is what you have understood, the summary. That is the second thing. Third thing is that people who have joined and who are attending this for day 1 or day 2, you will be getting one link in the WhatsApp group itself. Once you are done with the typing what you have to say in a one word or one statement, after say 30 minutes or so, you have to fill that form. There will be a link given to you, and that link will take hardly not more than 10 to 20 seconds. You have to fill that, and that's done. So is it clear to everyone? The instruction is clear?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So if no
I
question,
just want to ask you a question.
Yeah, Soma.
The recording, like if you want to review what we talked about tonight, the recording, how would I like see it again, the recording?
So
Just
recording has been given to you yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you see that link, the recording link in the WhatsApp group?
No, I didn't see that one. I didn't get that one.
Go back and check in the WhatsApp group. Before I posted the link of today's Zoom link, before that, day 1, day 2 recordings are again, third time I have posted the recording for day 1.
Okay.
And second time for day 2.
Okay.
Okay, so
all right.
Go back, grab that and use it. Yes, someone is saying something.
Yeah, Gaurav sir, actually I was just added at 8:45 or 8:40
Okay.
today.
So I'll
So-
repost again so that you can get the day 1 and day 2 recording as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, I had one question.
Yes, please ask.
Yes, sir. The students who were in the earlier batch, when they will be receiving their training certificate?
Yes, so for that, be in touch with your HR, and the moment
Okay.
you join RRP session, that time also you can ask. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question, anyone?
We
Yes, sir.
can also join RRP sessions.
Ajay, can you ask again? I could not hear.
Yes, yes. She's asking that can we join RRP session? To be very honest, we encourage everyone to join RRP sessions from the beginning because those are the live sessions. They are not recorded. And the most important factor is Dev sir personally joins and guides. See, we have been telling that Dev sir on regular basis, sometimes weekly, fortnightly, even when he was in India, he joins so many conferences. He meets so many upcoming, opportunities during his discussion. So he always shares the latest view of what and how your resume should be, how you should market yourself a better way in resume, and he just gives overall very good guiding tips. So even if you are new, it's your first session, if you could take out time and be there and learn from him and start working on your resume right away, we as a trainer, me and Gaurav, would love to have more people for the upcoming mock interview, right? Like last time, Vimal really did a great job. I'm not sure you guys have seen the mock interview or not, but this is our motto or motive is the better or sooner you prepare the CV, you get it reviewed and approved by Dev sir. Then as a trainer, we also review it and rather try to help you to customize further if anything is required. And then you go ahead with the mock interview. So the intention is before the course ends and your resume and your self preparation is done, we can go ahead with the mock interview. And after a couple of mock interview, if you go for your final interview, your chances of getting placed and getting a job are very high, or rather very optimistic or positive. And we have had success with the candidates who followed this pattern. So don't wait that okay, I just joined, I'm new. Start attending. If you have any queries, any doubts, reach out to us. But work on your CV, work on your topics, whatever we are learning, your communication skills by sending the videos that Gaurav had mentioned sometime. You guys are doing it. That's a great thing. Trust me, you are being appreciated, and we even share this in other tracks to show them the kind of initiation you guys are taking. But stick, be in the flow and keep doing these activities. These are very important. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. And the
So
timing will be 30 only.
Yeah, timing will be is 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. for RRP session. Generally, it is communicated in the WhatsApp group itself, okay, by your HR. So be in touch with your HR. Okay, and it is never recorded.
Sir, I would really request you to give the couple of sessions that because I just joined today. So if you could give the link for that.
No. So it is always repeated. RRP session is always repeated. So even if you think that you have missed, actually you have not missed. Okay, Rekha?
No, not RRP session. The training, I guess today is the third one, and I just joined today. So.
Yeah. So did I tell you that I'm going to give you the recording?
Yeah, you said.
Yeah, so I am going to give it to you. So, okay, all right. So I'm reviewing each one of yours comment, everyone. So continue to comment in WhatsApp group about one thing that you feel like saying, and we are good. I'll be sharing one link that you all need to fill after 30 minutes. Thank you so much for showing up. Bye-bye and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Good night. Take care. Bye.
Yes, I'll be staying back, Sri Lanka. So if you have any questions.
Actually,